All right, I think we're ready to go.
All righty. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining this Vision HQ webinar today. My name is Ashley. I'm one of the account managers. I'm the person behind the scenes who's always going to be helping you with your initial onboarding. We have another account manager on our team. We have Jonathan as well. He's a little bit newer to the company, but comes to you with a ton of optometry experience. So we're really excited to have our customers start to work with Jonathan too. We also have Hannah on the webinar with me today. So Hannah works on our marketing team. For any of you that are receiving our fun newsletters or Gazette, I think specifically is the wording on that, that's all coming from Hannah's brain. So Hannah's going to be monitoring the chat. She is going to be plugging away at your questions. So please feel free to ask any questions on this webinar here today. We're going to be talking about CommunityConnect. CommunityConnect is one of our great marketing tools that's built into the Vision HQ platform. We're also going to spend some time talking about just some basic foundational marketing. But if you have a question that relates to this topic or to anything else on Vision HQ, fire away in those comments section or in the chat. And then Hannah will ask me all your questions at the end. So again, Ashley, one of your account managers, my main goal here working as an account manager in Vision HQ is to help you find success. We have a support team that helps you out with like the day-to-day questions, the inquiries, but our success team is really built in a way that we want to make sure when our customers come on board with us, they are seeing increased member counts, they're seeing more patients in the office, they're dealing less with insurance. So those are all the different types of benefits that creating a membership plan can do for you in your office. If you're here already, you're one of our existing customers. So you likely have gone through an onboarding or an initial launch call with us. Hopefully you have some plans. Hopefully you have a good amount of members as well. So in today's webinar, we're going to be talking, like I mentioned, about CommunityConnect and some really great marketing tools, which will help you to increase those member counts even more. So I'm logged into a demo account here. I'm going to start sharing my screen in just a moment, and you're going to see what your Vision HQ platform looks like and how it works to take a look at these marketing features. So Hannah, I just started sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep, I can.
Great. That means all of you can as well. So this should be very familiar to you. This is a Vision HQ platform, and your platform likely looks something like this. So before we jump in and talking about the amazing marketing tool of CommunityConnect, I'm going to say that you absolutely need to start off with doing the basics. You need to build a good foundation for CommunityConnect or for your platform in general, so that CommunityConnect actually works. And what I mean by building that foundation, I mean specifically is you need to have this launch checklist complete. If you still have this launch checklist hanging out on your dashboard, don't even worry about CommunityConnect. Start with the basics, start by building a good foundation, make sure you get all your initial onboarding things completed, and then jump into CommunityConnect. So what is this launch checklist? It's going to guide you through all the little basic things that you need to implement in the office. The very first thing, you should already have this one checked off as you see it right here. So ideally you're here, you're an existing customer, you have plans that you've activated, ready to go, and you have members. Your team has probably also at this point watched our team training video. It's my favorite part is the confetti. So check that one off as well. This is an interactive checklist. If you've done all these things, check it off, okay? These three middle pieces right here, I'll leave these unchecked. These three things relate to the key marketing foundational tools that I'm speaking about. So the first one, printing and displaying QR code signs. That should be something you should have QR code signs up in the office. You should have them anywhere where you're selling frames, and maybe have patients the ability to look at that. They see the sign, they scan the QR code. They should also be placed, those signs should be placed in the exam rooms as well. It's a really easy way to remind the doctor to have conversations with patients. Anything that the doctor says to a patient, they tend to remember that the most. So make sure your doctors are plugging your membership plans as well. Put that QR code sign, in your exam room. And then all doctor has to say is, hey, have you heard about our membership plans? They're a great way for you to save some money on these glasses or contacts that I'm going to be recommending. So make sure you're utilizing that tool. It's underlined, which means it's clickable. If you click on it, it's going to take you to your marketing tab here. So QR code signs already created for you. You just need to download, print them off. They already contain your office's specific QR code. And that QR code, when scanned, takes a patient to your office's patient sign-up page. So for our demo account, that patient sign-up page looks like this. You saw that I just opened that directly from that marketing tab. Another key thing on your checklist, your launch checklist, is to make sure that you have this page built into your website. Go on your website, double check, make sure this page is built into it. Now, what I specifically mean is you should have a pop-up or something on your homepage that says, no insurance, no worries, our patients don't need it. Click here to discover why. It's a button. When a user clicks that button, they're taken to this page. You should have this page built in as a button or a link on your website, anywhere where you're talking about payment information. Something on the home page should be put in multiple spots. Make sure it's easy for patients to see and find. Make sure it's one of the first things they're seeing when they land on your website. Because if somebody lands on your website, doesn't have insurance, now they know they can still become a member and get the care that they need at an affordable rate with some added savings on glasses or contacts. So patient sign-up page, this is where we're always directing patients. This page has some call to action messaging, and then it displays your membership plans. Very straightforward here for patients to see what they'd be signing up for. Savings is highlighted to them, family discounts, and then FAQs here towards the bottom. So do make sure your team is very familiar with this page. A good little test that I like to roll out in the office is maybe ask your main person up front, hey, what's included in our exam and eyewear plan? They don't know, they don't have that memorized. Let's start there. Let's make sure the team is really familiar with membership plans before we look to launch additional marketing tools like CommunityConnect. The last thing I want is for somebody to call my office to become a patient and partner through CommunityConnect when my team doesn't know how to have these conversations in the first place. So make sure your team is really well versed in your membership plans. Make sure they're going into having those conversations very confidently. So set your team up for success as you look to roll out additional marketing tools. So this page should be built into your website. If it's not there, email this link to your web developer. Okay, Vision HQ is not in charge of how your website looks. You are, and your web developer is. So you can copy this link to your clipboard. Now I can paste it off in an email to my web developer, right? If you want some help and guidance on how to build that into your website, introduce me to your web developer. So email me. My email is success@vision-hq.com. You can email us and you can say, hey, I need help building this into my website. Perfect. We'll take it from there. We'll let you know the step-by-step process, introduce me to your web developer. I'm happy to guide your web developer and use all the nerdy language to tell them how to build it into your website, giving you ultimately the final say on how it looks. So we can definitely help you with that too. The last point or piece here of these three key foundational marketing things on this launch checklist. So we've covered QR code signs, we've covered building into your website. You are going to want to send off email and text blasts to your patients to promote the membership program. So I always recommend doing that. Very easy to do that. We can actually do that for you. If you take a report, you run in your EHR, your Crystal Revolution, whatever, run a report that provides you with every single patient's first name, last name, email address, and phone number. Drop that report onto Vision HQ or upload it into Vision HQ. And now what you've just done is you've provided us with your patient information and we can send off email blasts for you. In the very near future, we will be able to send off text blasts as well. So text, basically marketing text, but we're not there just yet. So for right now today, just email blasts, we can send those off for you. You can also utilize Weave. The Revenue Well is another one that's available in the vision space, whatever sort of like texting or email platform that you use in the office today, you can use those same tools to send off email and text blasts yourself from the office. We've written some of those templates for you, so that's contained right here on your marketing tab as well. You can download those templates and then send them off through Weaver, again, whatever you use in your practice, if you want to do it yourself. But again, if you want to have us do it for you, there's no additional charge for it. Just get that reporting, send it over to us. Once we have completed that marketing step for you, we're going to actually give you some data and some stats on it as well. So you'll get an opportunity here to have another widget on your dashboard. You would select that. And now we'll get a widget that tells me how many invitations, how many emails were actually sent to patients. Of those invitations sent, how many clicked on it? And then how many actually enrolled through that invitation we sent? Now, guys, I do recommend sending these email and very soon text blasts off once a quarter. So we just crossed into Q3. I would recommend doing this if you haven't done it yet, or again, better yet, let us do it for you. So send off these email and text blasts every single quarter, and you will generally get at least anywhere from 6 to 10 members out of it. That's what we've seen as kind of like an average from our customers who are already utilizing this feature. So that definitely doesn't hurt, right? 6 to 10 new patients or just new members on your membership plans. It's absolutely worth the time and energy it takes to just run a simple report. So again, cross off your launch checklist here as you go. Make sure you're completing all of these steps. Now, sometimes offices don't like to cross off every single thing on this launch checklist, because I will tell you that once you cross it off, it will go away. That's what we want, though. We want this to go away. Sometimes offices are hesitant to do that, though, because the training video is linked right here. And they say to me, well, actually, I always want access to that training video. And let me reassure you, you do have access to that. It lives on your help center. So you just simply type in training into your help center. And now the training video is right here. So this help center is really built for you to find answers quickly. Whatever you need, it lives in your help center. We also have scripting and then an accountability prep form that's going to get you synced up as a team every single morning, talking about who's coming into the office, who would be a good candidate to enroll in our membership plan. So make sure you know that exists. Training is always easily accessible through the help center, scripting and some tools for your team there as well. Help lives right there. All right, so once you've completed your launch checklist, once you've done all the foundational marketing steps, now you're ready for CommunityConnect. All right, if you're a brand new customer with us, I usually say we're not even going to talk about CommunityConnect for the first 90 days. We're going to go into this with confident conversations, right? So let's make sure we have that foundation set. CommunityConnect is a great tool where essentially what you're going to be doing here and using this feature is you are going to be creating group codes, discount codes, basically like a coupon code. And you can partner with pretty much anyone. You can partner with local seniors, senior living centers in your area, retirement communities, apartment complexes, small businesses. So you can use this to partner with businesses as well. So let's talk about how this works. These are all underlined links, right? If I click on this link, it's going to generate for me senior living centers that are in my zip code or my area specifically. So now what I have is I have a whole list here of opportunities where I could gain new patients. So create a list. You're also going to want to be sure to ask your team members. Maybe you have like a local coffee shop or a fun lunch spot that your team always hits up that's near your office. Oftentimes, people who work in the service industry don't have great coverage for vision. They don't have any vision insurance whatsoever. So those would be great individuals to market your membership plans to. I had a customer recently who said she knows that the teachers at her children's school have really poor vision coverage. So she was going to specifically create a discount for that school. So we're going to demonstrate how to do this. So you do the school name, let's say, and we would want to give them, let's say, an additional 10% off my membership plan price. You'll see here, as soon as I type in that number, that the system is automatically generating that unique group code or coupon code, discount code, right? I can modify this. I can make it easy. School-10. Now, who is that point of contact at the school? Honestly, it could be anybody. Maybe if it's my child going to that school, maybe it's my child's teacher specifically, right? Because that's who I talk with the most. Well, then I'm going to rely on that teacher to share this information. So I'm going to put that teacher's information. maybe better yet, talk to the principal or whoever at that school makes sense, get a point of contact, get their phone number, get their email, and then save. So I'm just gonna enter in some rando information here. You do have to fill all this out before it allows me to save it. You can establish an expiration date for this if you wish. This is not a common thing that I see officers rolling out in this type of an exact scenario. But you can establish expiration dates and you can always deactivate a discount or group code that is live. So I would save this information. And now I would send off an invitation or an email to that point of contact at the school. And then the goal is to have them share this information with all the other employees of that school. So you can free text whatever you want in here. This is just a template that we've written for you to make it easy, but you can type into your email whatever you want it to say. It's going to appear as though it's coming from your office. So it's going to have your office name associated with it, your office email. So the individual receives this email and then they are prompted to click here and begin enrolling or begin becoming a member of your membership plan. And they're automatically going to see that that discount is applied to that plan price. So I'll give you an idea of, again, what that looks like. The sign up link specifically looks like this. Should look very familiar to you. This is your patient sign up page. But what's different about this one is that this one has that 10% discount automatically applied. You see those prices are lower. So if we're looking at your patient sign up page, I had it pulled up here before. Normally my membership plan prices are these amounts, so 16, 22, and 17. But with the discounts automatically applied, you can see those rates are now appearing lower because we're using that specific link with that 10% application. So that's how you essentially create a group in CommunityConnect. I will always recommend you start by generating a list. So again, talk to your team members who would be a good business or group to partner with. Also ask your patients. I do recommend putting up some signage in the office, something along the lines of, hey, we love partnering with local small businesses or local community groups. We have membership plans. Drop us your information to learn more. So maybe you have that sign put up in the office and then you can have patients fill in business information, collect it all in a bowl, fish bowl, whatever, and then make sure you're following up. I always recommend having a dedicated person in the office managing CommunityConnect. So whether that's you as the doctor, or maybe your office manager, make sure you have a dedicated point person managing this. I do recommend creating a list. So asking people to start generating that list, getting creative ideas, and then utilizing our links here to do some search in your specific area. You could also do your own Google search because you see when you click on this, it's literally just generating a Google search for me for small businesses in my area. So I do recommend creating a list and then having somebody work that list, that dedicated point person. We're going to give you an idea of what you should say. And we're going to give you some scripting. That's right there. So all I did is typed in community into the help center. You can print off that scripting right here. What it looks like. So making this cold call, this is what you can say to that list as you go through and work all those different community groups or different small businesses that you're wanting to partner with. I will also recommend printing off some additional marketing materials. So here, back to marketing. You can jump into our print materials section and you have the ability to create these brochures. This would be a great tool to take into a business or maybe a community group that you want to partner with, right? Walking into that school and say, hey, we have these membership plans. We're going to give you guys specifically an additional 10%. So make sure you're taking these tools as well as you're looking to do that outreach with that community group. Now, another creative way that I've seen offices roll this out is they actually run seasonal promotions or specials using CommunityConnect. And this is where you can get super creative. So we're in July right now, but we are rapidly approaching back to school season, right? So maybe what I wanted to do is run a back to school special. So what I would do here is I would type back to school. That's gonna be my group name. My back to school special, what I want to do is I want to create a discount code that somebody can use to sign up and receive 15% off. Okay, so we're gonna acronym this, we're gonna actually shorten this, make it easy. BTS back to school -15. That's gonna be my group code and discount code. There's no point of contact. There's no phone number. Because this is going to be not for a specific group, it's going to be just a seasonal promotional special that I run for any patient who joins starting now through till, let's say, October 31st, let's say Halloween. So there's no email. I don't have to set up any of that. This is active. It's going to start, it's no longer going to work after Halloween. I click save. And now what I can do is I can start to promote and market this in my office. So creating some signage, hey, sign up now, use our back to school special. Coupon code is this, right? BTS 15, and save an extra 15% on our membership plan. Anybody who signs up between now and Halloween saves 15%. So you can do things like that. You can build things like that out through CommunityConnect as well. I've seen offices have great success doing that. So seasonality special, where we're promoting it to all patients. Maybe you have an event or something coming up, or it's anybody who attends this event, use this coupon code, right? You could also, so your patients can enroll themselves using this group code. Your team can also enroll patients using this group code. So once you have these generated, maybe I created this for an event. Okay, I just need to take this group code, highlight it, copy it. And now if somebody's calling my office and saying, hey, I was at that event that doctor put on last week, it was that back to school special, I would like to take advantage of that discount and enroll in your plan. So I'm going to be enrolling them as a patient at my office. I would complete enrollment just as if they were any other patient, and right here on the confirmation screen is where I apply that discount code. So 15% automatically applies. So again, if patients have that code, they can use it themselves and apply it as they're enrolling. Your team can also apply it as they are enrolling somebody at the office. So confirm and check out. This all looks exactly the same as well. So lots of creative ways to use CommunityConnect. We've seen this be a really great marketing tool, and we do provide you with the reporting so you know what your return on investment looks like. And specifically by reporting, what I mean is you're going to know exactly how many members have signed up using that group code specifically. So is it a worthwhile investment to offer this discount? How many members do we actually have generated? You can, as I mentioned, deactivate codes as well at any point in time. So this is an example of one that I've inactivated. It's just going to remain grayed out, but we're going to give you that historical data and reporting still. It doesn't just entirely disappear. We also had one office say to me, can we partner with businesses, and can businesses pay for part of the cost of their employees' membership plans? The answer is yes, they can. You're going to want to utilize this reporting to really take advantage of that. So initially what needs to happen is the employee, so the patient, has to pay for their membership plan. But what you could do is you could provide them, that business, with a list of all their employees who are paying, and you could provide them with the total dollar amount that those employees, each individual employee is paying, and then that business could reimburse that employee or give them money back when they pay them regularly through their paychecks, right? So it's a little bit of a workaround for the business, but essentially you could set it up. You just simply provide them with reporting and the data that they need to be able to pay the patients for those plans. So if you do want more help in doing that, please email us, let us know. Jonathan and I we love having conversations like this with offices. Our real goal here again is to help you have success in doing this. And we want to see you increase your member counts. That helps you at your office, and that helps us as a business as well. Now, the last thing I'll mention here as we go to wrap up is I did have another office just this last week say to me, well, Ashley, what if we wanted to create a membership plan specifically for a community group or a small business? you can absolutely do that. And you can also partner with them through CommunityConnect. So let's take Jimmy's Soft Serve here as an example. For Jimmy's Soft Serve employees, I've indicated that I'm going to give them a 10% discount off a membership plan price. What I also did is in settings and membership plans, I created a plan specifically for Jimmy's employees. So my other plans that I have created for the general public, they provide patients with a 30%, a 20%, and a 10% discount here off of eyewear and contact lenses. But for Jimmy's employees, we're going to give them a little bit of a better benefit. We're going to increase those percentages or those discounts. Now, I don't want just anybody to be able to enroll in this plan. So I don't want to show this plan externally. I don't want this plan to display it on my patient sign-up page. But I do want to display it internally, and I want to have my team members be able to enroll patients onto this plan. So you can build out a plan, you can activate it, and you can keep it hidden, in other words. So we can see if I look at my patient sign-up page, my plan for Jimmy's employees is not displaying here. But if I'm a team member in your office and I go to enroll the patient, that plan is displaying here. So it does allow me to enroll a patient because it is an active plan rolled out in my office. So again, just more creative customization can go into this. The options are really limitless, and we're happy to help get creative with you and build this out and help you find success in increasing member counts. That's really what this is all about. So to just kind of recap here, make sure your launch checklist is completed. Make sure you're not seeing this launch checklist on your dashboard. Once you check it all off, it will go away. Make sure you've played around in our marketing space as well. I'll dangle a carrot here. We have a really awesome upgrade coming to the platform here in Q3. My guess is that it should be hitting here over the course of the next week or so. Hannah has done a ton of work. Our marketing team has done a ton of work in revamping this marketing space and giving you a lot more marketing tools and features to take advantage of. So the upgrade, it's not going to be a charge to you. You're just going to see that it looks different on your platform. So keep checking back into this marketing space for a fun upgrade, but make sure you're playing around in here and taking advantage of all these fun marketing tools. So social media images are on here. Make sure you're blasting your membership plans on Facebook and Instagram as well. You always want to include this patient sign up page link. So put that a link to that in your bio. Make sure it's built into those online marketing tools. And then, as I mentioned, print materials available for you to order here. Some brochures, you can select whatever active plan you want to display on those print materials. So make sure your launch checklist is crossed off. Make sure you've played around in our marketing space and created that good solid foundation. Then jump into CommunityConnect, build out your groups, build out your list of who you're going to contact, utilize our scripting, and do have a dedicated point person managing this in the office so you really can keep good tabs and engaging your return on investment. Because obviously that person's going to be dedicating a lot of time and energy, and we want to make sure it's worthwhile. That's all of my hot tips and takeaways for CommunityConnect. I'm going to turn it back over to Hannah. Hannah, did we have any questions pop into the chat?
Yes, we did. We have a 2-combo question, kind of the same thing that 2 people are asking from Bellin and Casey. What if my launch checklist is blocked? What should we do? And then similar to that, I don't have the ability to check those off. Does someone specific have that ability?
Great question. Yes. So if you do not have the ability to check this off, that is likely because of your user permission level that's set up. So settings, users, you get to see some of the backend stuff here if you're a standard user. The business owner on your account is defined, and then every single office should also have a plan coordinator. The business owner and the plan coordinator are the only ones who can check off that launch checklist. So if you're a standard user, you're not able to check that off. There's likely a point person in your office who can. You just need to figure out who that is. You likely already know the answer to that question, right? It's probably your doctor absolutely can, because they're the designated business owner, and or your office manager or somebody else in your office who probably has higher permission levels can do that for you as well. So encourage them to check that off. Once it's completed, you should be set.
Awesome. Next question is from Carrie. Can we suggest offering the plan to an employer where they should pay for the membership at a reduced rate for all their employees, and then the employees are eligible for whatever materials discounts are written into their group plan?
Yes, you can do that. That's where it gets a little bit complex with providing that employer with reporting. So specifically what you'd want to do is establish a partnership with them, right? Enter that business name here. The point of contact for that business should probably be that HR person, whoever is managing payroll. And then you're going to indicate the discount that you're allowing for those employees. Now, you're going to see Vision HQ will provide you with reporting on how many employees specifically have enrolled using that code. You're going to then be able to pull reporting from here and provide it to that employer. And you're going to say, all right, your employee, John, signed up for this plan and is paying $10 each month. So essentially, to have that employer pay for their employees' membership plans, you provide them with reporting monthly. And you say, all right, here's all the employees that are on the plan. Here's what those employees are paying. And then the way that the employer can pay for those employees' membership plans is by reimbursing them. So they take care of that on their end. They add that money back into payroll, right? So you provide the employer with reporting at a frequency I recommend of at least once a month, because members will have the opportunity to pay monthly. And then that employer reimburses their employees. Great question. Hannah, any other questions?
Yes. Let's see. Casey asks, do you have to offer a discount? Can we just send that out without a discount?
You don't have to offer a discount. No, you could indicate that the discount is 0. However, the concept here is that some sort of discount should probably be applied. If you send out this invitational email, for example, and you go to the individual clicks here, right? They follow that email, they're going to be taken to the sign up link page. So that sign up link page will say to them, because it's automatically applying those discounts, it'll say you save that discount or that percentage, right? So if you've indicated that the discount is 0, it's going to say you save 0%. So what you could do is you could create this code and not give them any discount. I just would not share this specific page with them. And then as they go to enroll, they'd be putting in that coupon code, if you will, but no discount would be applying. So you could do it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to do it that way, but I suppose you could do it if you were just looking to see how many people enrolled from this specific group or event. That would be a way to track that.
Awesome. Next question is from Carrie. They said, I missed why we can't have the employer pay for their staff all at once.
So we don't have it built. That's why we don't have that built out as a way for the employer to pay for all their staff all at once. The employer in this, how it's currently built, would need to reimburse their staff or their employees for the employees' membership plan costs. The reason why that process likely makes more sense the way we currently have it is because, let's say a patient that was a member and was an employee quit or got fired from their job. The default one paying for the plan is them. So if they're no longer an employee of that place of business, that employer is no longer going to cover the cost of their plan. They're going to resume the payments as they have been. So as it is built today, if an employer wants to pay for the employee's membership plan, the best way it makes sense is for you to provide that employer with monthly reporting so that they can reimburse their employees.
Awesome. Okay. Also from Carrie, is there a legal reason we can't do an open enrollment annually with the employer?
I'm not sure I'm following the question, but no, there shouldn't be open enrollment. Yeah, Patients can sign up for a membership plan whenever. I know there's like a defined open enrollment season for insurance, but this isn't insurance. So you can have patients becoming members at any point in time.
Okay, perfect. Last question from Kim. Can you explain how this program works for dry eye therapy as a solo plan? I saw it as an option in your drop-down menu.
So this specific feature will apply to any plan that you have activated in the office. So what you're doing here when you're using CommunityConnect is you are creating a discount code that provides your members with a discount off the membership plan price. So they can use this code, for example, back to school, we built it to give a 15% discount. So they can use BTS 15 and they can enroll in any plan that you have activated in the office and receive a 15% discount. It could be for a dry eye plan, it could be for an eyewear only plan. So this isn't really designed to provide just a specific discount off of a specific plan. It's built to provide a discount off of any plan that the patient should choose to enroll in your office. And if you do want a dry eye plan specifically, I can give you a template for that. We definitely have that built into our demo account here. We have the dry eye plan template right here. So if you want access to that plan template, I'm happy to share this one with you. Just shoot me an email, success@vision-hq.com, and we'll be happy to share that email to you that plan template as well. You'll see we have one here for specialty contact lens. We also have a myopia plan template built into this demo account. So if you want any of those plan templates to create your own plan on your own, just email us, let us know. Happy to share. Hannah, any other questions?
That was our last one.
All right, good deal. Well, thank you guys so much for joining the webinar today. We look to do these quarterly. I will, as I mentioned, say if you have any questions, if you want to have one-on-one Zoom calls with us, Jonathan and I are always excited to hop on Zoom calls with our customers and talk about goals and how we can help you reach your goals. If you also have topics that you'd like to hear us talk more about, send it in, success@vision-hq.com. Getting a visual for that email's right there. Let us know what you want to hear about on these webinars. We do them once a quarter. So look to see us again in quarter 4. Anytime that we are planning these out, we always put those pop-up banners at the top of your platform there in orange. So yeah, thank you again so much for joining us today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.